The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. I want to start off by saying thank you to everyone for taking time out of your day to come and join me on this webinar today. I've also got Aaron with Market Synergy Group. Market Synergy Group, great relationship we've got with them. Product development company down in Kansas have developed several different products for us. So we're going to dive in and look at AIG's product today. Got a great accumulation product as well as a guaranteed income with the option to have increasing income on that product line as well. So going to dive into those products today, look at a couple of different strategies that are included. So Aaron's going to kind of go through that with us. I'm going to start off by just going through a few intro slides. For you who don't know me, my name's Laura Johnson. I work here at IAMS in the Annuity department. So anytime you need help with case design or want to bounce some ideas off someone, get some current rates, feel free to give me a call. So we are going to be covering a couple products today, and just for the ease of it, I know there's an option to put some questions in there. If you do have questions, go ahead and type them. But if you have questions, you can also just jot them down, and I'm going to follow up with each of you individually today. So following the webinar. So if you want to jot those questions down, it'll make the webinar go a little faster today. Also, I'm going to be throwing up a couple different poll questions. We'll do 2 of them prior to Aaron talking and then 1 at the end for some additional information as well. So the quicker you answer those questions, the sooner we get to keep moving. So I'm going to start off by talking about a couple different business builders we have here at IAMS. I'm actually going to start on this one. Our new producer bonus, when you first, if you just recently got appointed with IAMS or are looking to get appointed with IAMS, this would be something you're eligible for. Our new producer bonus is available for you for the first 6 months. So when you get contracted with IAMS, you've got 6 months to qualify for this. As you can see, we've got 3 different tiers, $100,000, $300,000, and $500,000 levels, all sorts of different prizes or things that you can get at each level. So for example, you write a $100,000 annuity or single premium life case, you can do $750 cash. You can have us build you a website for 2 years and pay for it for 2 years, or we could get you the most recent generation of an iPad as well. Any of those options you can pick, or if you choose not to cash out at that point, you can go for the $300,000 level. As you can see, there's some great options there. And if you've got the business or clients in front of you that you can make it to that $500,000 level in 6 months, as you can see, we'll pretty much pay for your first seminar as far as the mailing and the coaching goes. Or you can do Ritz-Carlton travel rewards, or we can also do a cash option or a marketing reimbursement option as well. If you're curious if you qualified for this or where you stand on it, give your marketer at IAMS a call. They can get that answered for you. Once you cash out your new producer bonus here at IAMS, you are eligible for our marketing, or you're in our marketing reimbursement program then. For every $100,000 of index annuity premium gets you $100 of marketing dollars. If you do $10,000 in life target premium, that'll put $200 in your marketing reimbursement account. And for every $100,000 of single premium life, equivalents to $200 as well. So some great options there to earn some extra marketing dollars. It is a reimbursement program. So if you're curious what you have in your account, again, give your marketer here at IAMS or accounting department a call. They can fill you in on where you stand. Also, in your business, we know referrals are very important for you all. As for you, they're also important for us. Our business is built on referrals as well. So what we've done is put together a referred producer program. If you're working with an agent or know of an agent who might benefit from the services you're receiving from IAMS and you want to refer them over to us, get you $50 when they get appointed, $100 when they write their first case, and then going forward, we'll always pay you 20 basis points on the business they write. So for all the business they're writing, you're going to earn a little bit of some extra cash. This doesn't come out of their pocket or your commission. It comes out of our pocket. It's just a way of saying thank you for the business. So it's a great way to build some extra cash without having to take on the responsibility of maybe building an agency or taking on the liability of others in a hierarchy. Here at IAMS, it's part of our name, Insurance Agency Marketing Service. We really ring high on that service part. We're not looking to be the biggest FMO out there, but we're trying to be #1 when it comes to service. Hopefully, if you've worked with IAMS, you've realized that. It starts with answering the phone. If you haven't called in here before, when you call IAMS, we have a 3-ring guarantee. meaning that we are going to pick up the phone within 3 rings. We want to get your questions answered. We're going to have a live person answering all the time. You're not going to be talking to voicemail. In fact, if you ask to leave a voicemail, you won't be able to. We take messages and forward those on within the office. And the goal there is that if I'm out of the office and you're trying to get a hold of me, instead of talking to my voicemail, you can ask one of the other annuity marketers for what you're looking for, get your question answered without having to wait for a return call from me. So really just trying to get your stuff answered right away. We're going to do anything from the case design up front to once you write business, Amber, Cindy, and their teams are going to scrub the apps for you. Then they're going to follow up on your business every 3 to 5 business days just to make sure it's going through with the carrier, that we get you out updates every week, let you know what's going on with your cases. Just trying to help get those through the pipeline as quickly as possible. One other thing I will mention is our paperless contracting. I'd say about 95% of our carriers are on our system for our paperless contracting. There are a few carriers that do require you to go out to their website or complete their own paperwork, but for the majority of our carriers, you're going to be able to complete it with one set of paperwork. This makes it really easy for you if you're out in the field. Maybe you're planning on writing a theme, but the client wants Allianz, making that phone call here, hey, can you get me going with Allianz? We can get that going without you having to do more paperwork. If you haven't talked to our creative marketing team, they're probably going to be your favorite people here at IAMS. When I'm talking to agents all the time, their number one thing is getting in front of more people. That's what our creative team is here to help you do. Can help you with anything from I usually encourage you to start with the branding. If you don't have a logo design, business cards, let's start with making a name for you, helping you get a brand going. Then any marketing we do for you, we can apply that branding to all materials. So whether it be a newsletter, or maybe you're doing a seminar, postcard mailing, anything we design, then we can apply all that too. So really creating a name for you. So it's a really great opportunity to get some help with some marketing. They do a great job over there if you're looking to do a website or maybe do some online marketing, social media marketing. Any of that is handled by our creative team. So give Jacob, Sean, Aaron a call. Let them know what you're looking to do, and they'll be able to help you out with that. If you haven't been to our website, as you can see on the screen, it's www.iamsinc.com. A lot of great resources out there, a lot of great tools for you guys as far as softwares goes. We've got a relationship with Annuity Rate Watch. You can access that through our website. Get forms, get life quotes, anything you need is pretty much available out there on the website. One of my favorite things, though, is the Sales Resource Library. I go there all the time. It's under the Support tab on our website. And then the Sales Resource Library, it's got a bunch of tools out there for you agents. Fact finders. If you maybe had a guy the other day working on an estate plan case, so I went out and we found a fact finder that was specific for estate planning. A lot of financial calculators, RMD. Maybe you doing a stretch IRA and you need to figure out what the RMD is going to be for the client. All sorts of different great things. Client presentations, that's a big one. Talking to clients and they want to know, what is a fixed indexed annuity? Well, good news. On the Sales Resource Library, there's a client presentation, 12-page document telling you everything you need to know about a fixed indexed annuity. So if you haven't checked it out or if you need some help guiding through it, give me a call. I'm happy to help you with it. A couple years ago, we did start up an RIA here in this office, so IAMS Wealth Management. It's been around for just around 2 years now. Great opportunity just to be a full financial advisor. I mean, out in the field, we're out there daily, going to a house and maybe the client's got $500,000 and the annuity carrier, AIG, is only going to take $350,000. What are you doing with that other $150,000? If you're not managing it, you're leaving the door open for another advisor to come in and potentially take that client from you. So having your 65, or if you're a CFP, you can get registered with IAMS Wealth Management. If you're looking to study for your test, we do have a soliciting option available. Depending on the state you're in, we may be able to register you as a solicitor where you could refer those clients over to wealth management, keep them in your wheelhouse. We're not stealing your clients. We're just going to help you with it, help manage their their security side of their business. And when you do pass your exam, then we can transfer all those clients directly to you. So if you're looking at getting your 65, potentially considering it, have questions about the studying or exam, give Mike Hansen, Charles Jr. a call. They'd be happy to answer any questions. But I think it's a really great opportunity to just, like I said, be a full financial advisor, not just being able to offer your clients the life and health and annuities that they need, but also being able to manage the portion that can't go into those insurance products. So if you have questions, like I said, give them a call. Also, I'm going to throw the first poll question up. If you do want information on either wealth management or the soliciting program we've got, like I mentioned, with that soliciting program, it is kind of dependent on the state. Each state has a little bit different laws on it. Depending on the state you're in, though, we could actually pay you a portion of the fee that is charged to the client. So if you do have questions on any of that, just answer yes. That'll just prompt a call from Mike Hansen here in our office. He'll give you a call later today and answer any questions you may have. We can get those questions answered. We can move on to the next slide. Alrighty, and the next slide is one of my favorites. It talks about our Life and Annuity Academy. Next one's coming up here in September. I think this is a great opportunity for agents who are active in the life and the annuity market and looking to increase their sales. It's not for the person who's brand new to the industry looking to get started. It's more for the experienced producer looking to grow. We're going to bring in 4 of our top producers. They're going to share exactly what they did to go from maybe $500,000 of annuity to production to well over $5 million a year. Just they're going to share their seminar programs. We've got a guy who's going to come in and share what he does on the radio. Some unique niche little products that if you add to what you're doing could really help that bottom line. And as you can see, a lot of other great topics as well. So if you haven't ever been into one of these, it is a great opportunity. It is well worth the 2.5 days. It is all expense paid by IAMS. So we do cover your flights, your meals, and your hotel. We are co-sponsoring the one in September. It's the 18th through the 20th, and it's going to be up in Des Moines, Iowa at Athene's home office. So Athene does have a little bit of say-so in who comes in, so they do require that you are contracted with IAMS. And if you've written business with them, that's definitely going to give you an advantage, or the first seats are filled up with those who have written business as well. So if you have questions about it, give me a call after the webinar. I'd be happy to answer those. Or if you are interested in attending, go ahead and answer yes to the question that I just threw up. What that'll do is get a link sent out to you later today from Christy in our office. She'll send you out the link. You can go out and register, see a little bit more of the agenda, and then I'll follow up with each of you following the webinar if you have additional questions as well. So we get people to answer that question real quick. I've only got one more slide, and then I'm going to hand it over to Aaron. Alrighty. Top producers trip. We did just end qualification for our Naples trip. It's going to be here in August, just here about a month or so away. Down at the Ritz-Carlton, down on the beach in Naples. 4.5 days of just saying thank you to you for the business you've done with IAMS. It took $3 million to qualify. We did have our most qualifiers ever this year, so that was pretty exciting. Got a big bunch of people going down to Naples. If you haven't been on one of our trips, the good news is qualification for the next trip started on the 1st of July and will run for 18 months. So it is going to run through December of next year, meaning that the trip will be in the springtime, first part of 2021 it would be. So haven't announced the destination yet. That'll be coming soon. But again, $3 million or any combination of those things on the screen will get you and a guest, golf, everything included, spa, flights, meals, hotel, everything. So great opportunity for you and your spouse or friend to get away. And with that, I'm going to hand this over to Aaron. Like I said, Aaron is with Market Synergy Group. He's going to give a little introduction to himself, and then he's going to dive into AIG's proprietary product. It's a limited distribution product that we've got available here at IAMS. So we appreciate you taking time out of your day, Aaron, and the floor is yours.
All right. Thanks, Laura. Can everybody see my screen okay?
Yeah, it looks good. I can see it.
Okay, perfect. Well, once again, thanks, Laura. Appreciate the opportunity to jump on this morning and discuss the AIG product lineup with everyone. I know your time is valuable, so we'll get through this in a fairly efficient manner. And once again, my name is Aaron Bachelor with Market Synergy Group. We are a product development and distribution company, and IAMS is one of our really good partners. And so once again, appreciate the opportunity to jump on this morning. So let's jump in and go through this. So there are 3 products through AIG that we offer: the Power Select Builder, the Power Select Builder 8, and the Power Select Plus Income. So we'll dive into each of these in more detail, but those are the 3 different products that we deal with AIG. So first and foremost, let's talk about some vol control indexes that are available on the AIG product lineup. First of all is the PIMCO Global Optima Index. So as you can see, this is really heavily into equities. So you have some U.S. Small, mid, and large cap, as well as some international exposure, and as well as emerging markets. It daily adjusts with some bonds as a 7.5 target vol. And year to date, I just pulled this up before we got on the call. Year to date, this is up 8.54%. So performing really well. But for a baseball analogy, we kind of use this as this would be kind of your home run hitter. This is going to give you a chance at some really nice returns. And like I said, really heavily focused on equities. The next one that we have is called the MLSB. You can see this one's really simple. You have the S&P mixed with some 10-year Treasury futures that adjust daily with cash. It's rebalanced every 6 months. And once again, going back to the baseball analogy, this is going to be more your singles and doubles. This is kind of more your fixed income. Once again, I went out and looked at the MLSB year to date is up 10.95. So both of our vol control indexes are doing really well this year. So that's exciting. You can see we've got 4 different indexes to choose from. We just added the Russell 2000 here in the last few months to our product lineup for choices. And so you can just see this is a nice slide that just kind of tells you all the different indexes that we have, and then the different risk profiles from low to high. So we're big on diversification inside the product rather than trying to pick a winner. We think it makes sense to diversify amongst all the different indexes. So we really like the ability that we have with that. Here is the current rate sheet for the Power Select Builder. This is our 10-year safe accumulation product. And you can see, I'm not going to read through this. This is, you have access to this, but you can this gives you an idea of just the different indexes and the different strategies inside of each of the indexes. So here's a really popular strategy using our, once again, Builder product, which is the 10-year safe accumulation product, no fees. It's a free withdrawal strategy. So let me talk through this with you. You can see we have $1 million here, 65-year-old. So I went out and used a calculator to figure out if somebody was 65, deferred a year, and turned on guaranteed income, it's roughly going to be about $64,000, just under $64,000. I rounded up. You can see in the withdrawal amount column there, where we're taking out basically free withdrawals after year 1 of $64,000. So you can see we started with $1 million. You can see after 30 years that this client has taken out almost $2 million in income, 1.92, and still has over $500,000, $511,000 to pass on to beneficiaries. So really nice strategy if you're, for some reason, if you had a client that was adverse to fees and didn't want to pay an income rider fee, and maybe they didn't know if they needed income, this has become a really popular strategy and has been a popular strategy for us. So something to keep in mind. Here's a Builder 10 illustration with just no free withdrawals. If you're just wanting to show just accumulation and what that grows to, you can see how we have it allocated up at the top right, and I'm going to go into that in a little more detail here in a few slides. We have kind of what we call an optimal allocation, and so you can see how we have that allocated. But in this case, we dumped $1 million into this product for a 65-year-old. After 30 years, that's grown to $4.6 million. So pretty powerful story. Okay, our new product that we just rolled out here earlier this year is the Builder 8. So same concept as the Builder, safe accumulation product, no fees. It's an 8-year product with a 4% bonus. So we didn't have anything shorter than 10 years. We know some people like products shorter than 10 years. We also didn't have any bonus products in our portfolio. So this kind of captured both of those things that we were may be missing. So once again, an 8-year product with a 4% bonus. Here's the current rates on the Builder 8. Once again, I'll leave this up for a minute and you can kind of roll through there, but it has all the different indexes and then the different strategies that you can choose within those indexes. And then here's a Builder 8 illustration. So same thing, 65-year-old, $1 million. You can see the premium enhancement up there in the top left, $40,000 with the 4% bonus. You can see how we have it allocated up at the top right. And then once again, this $1 million grows to 4.67 after 30 years. So once again, if you're looking for a product that's a little shorter term and a bonus product, this could be a nice fit. Okay, so once again, I mentioned earlier, we have an internal here named Caleb, and he does this kind of on the back end for us. But basically, we're looking for optimal allocations amongst all of our different crediting strategies and rates that are going to offer the best combination of historical average return and the fewest reset periods without an index credit. So he's done this for both the Builder 8 and the Builder 10, and we'll flip to that now. So here's the Builder 8. You can see up at the top all the different ways to allocate it and all the different returns and years with 0 and years of positive or percent of positive return. So you can see down at the bottom, the one that won 5.2%, only 2 reset periods out of the whole time with 0, and 93% of the time they'd be offered a positive index credit. So that's a quarter into the S&P 500 1-year par, a quarter into the MLSP 2-year par, and half into the PIMCO 1-year spread. So like I said, we're huge on diversification amongst the product and think this makes a lot of sense. Here's the Builder 10. You can see how it's allocated down there, and its return was 5.47. 0 times it had a 0, so 100% of the time it got a positive credit. So pretty powerful story. Okay, so that's the accumulation products available with AIG. Now we're going to flip over to income. So with the income, it's the Power Select plus income. So it's one product, but you can choose 2 different riders on the product. So you can either choose lifetime income plus flex or lifetime income plus multiplier flex. And we're going to talk about the differences between the two. But once again, I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. It's Power Select plus income is your product, and then inside that product, you're going to choose one of 2 riders. So we just made some changes here April 8th that were really positive and really good. We had gotten a lot of feedback and took that back to AIG and were able to get these changed. So one thing that was changed was you still have to elect single or joint at time of issue, but you get a one-time opportunity to change that. So hypothetically, let's just say you elected joint at issue and something's changed between then and when you're ready to trigger income, you at that point could change it to single. Excuse me. So it kind of takes away that objection. Also, prior to April 8th, if you took a free withdrawal or an RMD, it was locking in your payout factor at that time and you weren't getting the roll-up. Those have both changed. So now it's free withdrawal friendly. You still get your 9.5 roll-up on the lifetime income plus flex, and it doesn't lock in your payout factor. So now it's free withdrawal and RMD friendly. So a couple of really good changes. We've gotten a lot of nice feedback on that. Excuse me. Here is our payout factor table. So you can see at age 55, they start to go up by 15 basis points each year. So they're not banded. There's a 50 basis point reduction for joint. And then really probably the most important thing to know about these is, 1, they're really competitive, but 2, regardless if you pick our guaranteed income or our increasing income, the payout factors are the same. So I know a lot of times when other carriers or other products, if you want to get into an increase in income option, you kind of take a haircut on your payout factor and kind of start in a hole. Ours, you do not. So that's something to keep in mind if increase in income is important to you or your client. So let's talk about the first one, the lifetime income plus flex. This is our guaranteed, really, really simple. It's 9.5 simple roll-up for 10 years. I'm going to go through some heat maps here in a minute just to show you where we stack, but this is super competitive to go along with our really competitive payout factors. We're winning a lot of guaranteed income scenarios. So if you're doing some income planning with your clients and you haven't taken a look at this, please do, because like I said, it's winning a lot of scenarios. So once again, really simple, 9.5 increase for the first 10 years. This is basically another slide saying the same thing. So here's a heat map. So follow me here, if you will. On the left, we have an age going 55 to 80. At the top, we have number of years of deferral. Where there's a 1, the dark red, where there's a 1 means we win that scenario. 2 means we got second, third, so on and so forth. You can see all the carriers that we stacked up against down below that we put in, and so this is how we stack up. So single looks really good. Here's single with free withdrawals, and I'm going to talk about that strategy here in a minute, so just remember this slide, but you can see the difference. So there's a lot more ones using the free withdrawal strategy, okay? And then let's go to joint. So there's joint, just plain joint, a lot of ones there. So once again, keep us in mind. And then there's joint using free withdrawals, okay? So let's talk about the free withdrawal strategy. So we've got a calculator, a flex income calculator that Laura has access to. Basically, here's the look at the scenario here. So we have $100,000 joint, 60 years old, and deferring income for 7 years. So you can see if you were to do this, just plug this into your income rider calculator. Nationwide is going to win that scenario at 58.48. If you don't use our free withdrawal strategy, we're at 57.18. But with free withdrawal strategy, we're at 61.87. So we end up winning by 6% by using the free withdrawal strategy. So what this calculator does is it basically does the work for you and determines if you should use free withdrawals prior to triggering lifetime income. It matches up the income amounts so that it's seamless there. And basically what you're doing is just delaying the payout factor so you get a higher payout factor when you trigger income. So you can see in this scenario, look at the green numbers, those are free withdrawals. So we're starting in year 3, we're taking free withdrawals of 61.87, and then at age 67, we're actually triggering lifetime income. So just it's another strategy to keep in mind. Laura, like I said, has access to this calculator. It's become really popular and really competitive. So like I said, keep this in mind. It's a really, really powerful tool. So let's flip over to our increasing income story. So this is the lifetime income plus multiplier flex. So on this product in deferral, you're going to get double, we call this double and match. So in deferral, you're going to get double the interest credit to your income account value. Once you turn on income, it's going to match the interest earned, and your income will increase by that amount. So let's go through just some scenarios here. So in this scenario, we earned 5%. We're going to take that times 2, so 10% is going to get credited to the income account value. Okay, so once again, double that. Once you turn on income, I earned 5%, so my income is going to increase by 5%. Okay, so here's our rates on our income product. You can see they're broken down at the top, but the rates are the same. So they do put both different versions on the rate sheet, but the rates are the same. So keep that. There's the income rates. Here's a illustration to go through. So this is a multiplier illustration, $1 million, 65-year-old turning on income immediately. You can see how we have it allocated at the top right. I believe the highest guaranteed income in this scenario is $57,000. So we're starting at $52,500. You can see in the green column there. And by the 3rd year, we surpass that. And this goes all the way up to $104,000. So once again, I know a lot of people are into the increasing income story. I would tell you we have a really, really solid story in that space. This is going to increase until one of two things: age 85, where the account value goes to 0. At that time, it'll level out. Here's a slide that's on a page on the illustration that a lot of people like to use. This is a kind of a worst case scenario. You can see the time frame at the top, 98 to 2008, and you can see over that time frame, it was a -1% average return, but you can see it still went from 52.5 to 67.2. And so once again, remember the highest guaranteed income in that slot is $57,000, so it's still beating that by $10,000, and this is kind of a worst case scenario. Once again, this is just kind of a reiterating the changes we made back in April to where we single or joint and the free withdrawal flexibility now. Lastly, there's all kinds of marketing pieces that AIG has put out that Laura would have access to just to talk about anything you're trying to discuss with your client. But if you like the increase in income story, there's one pages on that. PEMCO, MLSB, anything you can think of. AIG does a really nice job of putting out some marketing pieces around that. So that's all I have, Laura. Once again, I appreciate everybody taking the time today to jump on and let me discuss our product portfolio with you.
Perfect. Well, we really appreciate you joining us, Aaron. I am going to launch the last poll question. If you are interested in getting some of the information on this AIG product, I'll answer yes to the question. I will then, following the webinar today, I will have Allie in my office send you out all the marketing materials on both the accumulation product and the income product. And like I mentioned at the beginning, I will be following up with each of you individually later today, tomorrow morning, to go through these products, answer any questions you may have. So we really appreciate you taking the time to join us today. And Aaron, again, thank you very much for taking time out of your day. And I hope you all have a great Thursday.